From cave paintings to films, they have been made into symbols of intelligence and power. Today on Leah's Animal Planet, we're talking about elephants. They are the largest land mammal. African elephants weigh near to 6 tons and are almost 3 meters. Elephants are present in the wild in Africa and Asia. There are 2 species of elephants, the African and the Asian elephants. African elephants live in the savannah, but there is also a type of elephant in Africa called the forest elephant. They aren't very well known, but they live in the tropical forest of Central Africa. The African elephant ears are much larger than the Asian elephant ears. The African elephant ears are said to be shaped like the African continent. The Asian elephant ears are said to be shaped like the shape of India. The African elephant is taller. They weigh on average 6,000 kilos. You can recognize an Asian elephant because it has 2 bumps on its head. The African elephant has 2 little fingers on its trunk, while the Asian elephant has only got 1. The elephant trunk is probably the most sensitive organ found in a mammal. Their trunks contain 150,000 muscles. The Asian elephant can find a nut, open the nut shell, eat the nuts, blow the nut shell away, all with their trunk. They also use their trunk to drink. It can hold up to 8 liters of water. They can also use them as a snorkel when swimming. They use their trunks to show any sign of affection, like hugging. Did you know baby elephants have milk tusks like we have milk teeth? They are made out of dentine. They lose their milk tusk after a year to grow adult tusks, and they are made out of ivory. It keeps on growing constantly throughout their lives. Tusks can grow up to 6 feet long. They are severely being poached for their tusks. Elephants are constantly eating. They can eat up to 150 kilos of food per day. They eat mostly grass and leaves. They drink 150 liters of water per day. An elephant's skin is very thick and it's about 2 centimeters thick. The elephants don't really like sunburn, so they want to protect their skin by going in mud and dust baths. Elephants' body constantly produce heat because they're so, big. They also live in very, very hot places, so they need a system to cool down to avoid overheating. Their ears are essential for that. So in their ears they have little veins, so when the blood comes out, it cools down, and then when they come back in, it cools down the entire body. They also use their ears as fans to cool down. It's an incredible system of thermoregulation. It's called homeothermy. They communicate by body language, vibration, and trumpet calls. They communicate by vibration with seismic signals, and they feel it through their bones. They can run, walk, or swim, but they cannot jump because of their size. Plus, they don't even have spring in their legs because they stand on their toes. They are social animals. They live in herds of 30 to 50 individual elephants. Their groups are mostly female, mothers, daughters, cousins. If they have a male calf, when it grows up, it will be isolated. They either are left alone or they join groups of other males. It's mainly the most experimented or the oldest female that is the head of the herd, and that is called the matriarch. She provides stability and makes decisions for the group. Babies can only stand 20 minutes after being born, and only a few hours after their birth they can follow the herd without any problem. When an elderly elephant feels too old and weak to follow the herd, they will find a comfortable place and isolate themselves for the rest of their life. Elephants have lots of emotion. They show joy, sadness, and lots of emotions. And many families will gather around a dead elephant who's part of the herd for days. A group of elephants will go to the place where an elephant died years and years after, and they sometimes show tenderness and affection to each other. They show that they have a lot of empathy for others as well. They understand what others may be feeling in certain situations. So, for example, if an elephant is hurt, other elephants in the herd would feel that. If they see a member of their herd struggling, then they run, help, support them. Elephants are very intelligent. They can recognize themselves in mirrors. The only other animals that are capable of doing this are humans, dolphins, and magpies. They can also use tools, and they have great memory. There's a saying that elephants don't forget, but that is actually true. The part of their brain associated with memory is bigger and denser than ours. They can remember locations, find water, and safe places. Did you know that philosophers like Aristotle actually said that the elephants are the closest to the humans with intelligence and sensibility? There are many prehistoric depictions in caves. In Hindu cosmology, centuries ago, the elephants protected Earth. In Japanese Buddhism, they have Kenshi-ten, which is often represented by an elephant head. Many leaders wanted elephant statues to show their power. Like Napoleon from France, he wanted to scrap the Bastille statue in Paris for a gigantic elephant statue, and he wanted to make it in bronze and metal. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. They just made it in plaster, and the statue started falling apart. Victor Hugo wrote a book, and he mentioned it in Les Miserables about this elephant statue falling. This is what he says. It was unclean, despised, repulsive, and ugly. There the giant elephant stood in its corner, superb and melancholic in the eyes of the finger. In 1817, Paris was struggling to feed, so they really had to go to Paris and kill the elephants to feed on them. In Jules Verne, there's a steam house which there is a portrait of a steam-engined elephant, which I rode on actually. In modern art, elephants have been very famous, like Salvador Dali, Andy Warhol, and Banksy have depicted elephants. And elephants are even on flags in Kerala, the flag of Kerala, in India, and I'm so lucky to live near a place called Elephant Castle in London. There are some great books of elephants like Saving the Elephants, The Elephant's Whisperer, and Gods in Shackles, like Dr. Seuss, Horton Hears a Who, and Disney's Dumbo, which is about an elephant escaping captivity. There are lots of phrases about elephants. The elephant in the room means there's an enormous issue, but no one wants to talk about it. Elephants never forget. That's based on the fact that elephants have really good memory. There are loads of songs that were after elephants, and like the White Stripes, Syd Barrett, and Tame Impala. Sadly, elephants are being poached for their tusks. About 50 African elephants are being killed each day for their ivory tusks. Elephants are very endangered. Simply because of the loss of habitat, it's a big problem, poaching for their ivory tusks. Did you know that actually elephants have this little corridor system so they go back to where they were born, and where they were born was where a city was being built, built, but at the time it wasn't being built. And they go through the village and the city and just destroy it and go through things. And that creates a lot of conflict with humans. You've seen it in India, for example.
Elephants, one of the most intelligent and compassionate creatures on the planet, yet one of the most abused. Whether they are captured and used to do tasks or captured and sent to places for our own entertainment, elephants are victims of cruelty every single day. Often celebrated as sacred animals, but yet kept in incredibly cruel conditions. In India, the habitat destruction under British rule took a heavy toll on wildlife. Elephants were put to work plundering the very forest from which they were captured. Without elephants, there wouldn't have been a railway network. The same train railways which disrupt elephants' corridors and kill hundreds of elephants. But one of the cruelest things is how we use elephants for entertainment. Elephants are abused every day in tourist attractions, elephant parks and zoos. Over 1,000 elephants are kept in captivity across the planet in terrible conditions alone, chained most of the day in confined spaces without the ability to roam freely. The Born Free Foundation just published a report to raise the alarm on what is happening. The pressure is growing for countries to stop elephant captivity. Please join me to support Youth for Animals in their campaign to stop elephants being held captive in zoos. Please sign the petition to save elephants and let elephants live free.
On February the 3rd this year, the House of Commons will be talking about the Animal Bill and how to protect them and new laws for animals. There are lots of travel places that are advertising as cruel things where you get to ride on elephants, take photos with baby elephants, which is just so bad. It's just really cruel just keeping any animal in certain conditions in zoos in captivity, but especially the elephants. They're being chained up. And it's about time we have new laws in place to protect these majestic animals. We need to ban these advertisements for terrible animal captivity places. Please, please, please follow Save the Asian Elephant to stop these tourist attractions. If you're lucky to see any animals and to travel to these amazing places, you need to ask yourself, are they in the wild? Are they kept captive? Are they chained? Is really them being changed and them suffering worth a photo? I don't think so. So please follow the campaign, Save the Asian Elephants. Please write to your MP and ask if they could change the law to something, the banning the advertisements for the things, freeing elephants, banning animal captivity for elephants. Please, please, please do it. And stop animal cruelty forever. If you would like to stop elephant captivity, please join Youth for Animals to help keep Shankar and the other elephants wild and away from these zoos and captivity. There are elephants suffering from this captivity, which is absolutely terrible, and we need to keep them in the wild. We need to help them, free them, and send them to better and make them live a better life in a sanctuary. Anyway, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button, and please campaign for elephants in captivity. and save the Asian elephants as well. Bye!